Okay, hi, all my friends. All right, so we're doing chapter 17. Hosea's wicked reign, Samaria is taken, Israel for their sins carried captive. In the 12th year of Hazah, king of Judah, began Hosheas, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hosheas became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosheas, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year, Hosea, the king of Assyria, took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah and in Harbor by the river of Gozan in the cities of Medes. So it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, when the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel and the kings of Israel which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their God, and they built them high places in their cities, from the towers of the watchmen to the fenced city. And they set them up images and groves in every high hill, under every green tree. And there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen from whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. For they served idols, whereof the Lord had said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. And the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by their seers, saying, Turn ye from your evil ways, keep my commandments and my statutes, according to all the laws which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets. Now, notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks like to the neck of their fathers, that did not believe in the Lord their God. They're stubborn, impertinent. Okay, and they rejected his statutes and his covenant, and which he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them, and they followed vainly and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them, and they should not do like them. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God, and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worshipped all the host of heaven, and served Baal. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, and used divinations and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. What does that remind you of? Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel, and removed them out of the sight, and there was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God, but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel, and afflicted them, delivered them into the hand of the spoilers, until he cast them out of his sight. For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king, and Jeroboam drove Israel from following the Lord, and made them sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in the sins of Jeroboam, which he did, and they departed not from them, until the Lord removed Israel from out of his sight, as he had said by all his servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away of their own land to Assyria unto this day. In captivity, they're cast away. And the king of Assyria brought them men from Babylon, and from Cutah, and from Avah, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria, and dwelt in the cities thereof. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there, that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Wherefore they spoke to the king of Assyria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the God of the land. Therefore he hath sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the God of the land. And the king of Assyria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom ye brought from thence, and then let them go and dwell there, and let them teach them the manner of God of the land. Then one of the priests whom had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. Howbeit every nation made gods of their own, and put them in the house of the high places, which the Sumerians had made every nation in their cities wherein they dwelt. And the men of Babylon made Succoth-Benoth, the men of Koth made Nergal, and the men of Hamath made Ashimah. Okay, again, Babylonian, gods, false gods, fallen angels, okay? Man, we just will never learn. Okay, so they feared the Lord, but we eventually do, okay? So they feared the Lord, and made themselves of the lowest of them priests of the high places, which sacrificed for them in the house of high places. They feared the Lord, and served their own gods after the manner of the nations whom they carried away from hence. Unto this day they do after the former manners. They fear not the Lord, neither do they after their statutes, or after their ordinances, or after the law and commandment which the Lord commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel, with whom the Lord had made a covenant, and charged them, saying, ye shall not fear other gods, nor bow yourselves to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. But the Lord, whom brought you up out of the land of Egypt with great power, and stretched out an arm, him shall you fear, and him shall you worship, and to him shall you do sacrifice. And the statutes and the ordinance and the law of the commandment which he wrote for you, you shall observe to do forevermore, and you shall not fear other gods. And the covenant that I have made with you shall you not forget, neither shall you fear other gods. But the Lord your God you shall fear, and he shall deliver you out of the hand of all of your enemies. Howbeit did they not hearken, but they did after their former manner. So these nations feared the Lord, they served their graven images, both their children and their children's children, as did their fathers, so do they unto this day. So they're double-minded, they're idolatry worshiping, they went back to their old habits, from parental influence. Okay, chapter 18. Hezekiah's good reign, he destroys idolatry. Yahoo! Sennacherib besieges Jerusalem. Now it came to pass in the 3rd year of Hosheas, son of Elah, king of Israel, that Hezekiah, the son of Hazah, king of Judah, began to reign. 25 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was also Abi, and the daughter of Zechariah. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that David his fathers did. He removed the high places and broke the images and cut down the groves and broke the pieces of the brazen serpent that Moses had made. For unto those days the children of Israel did burn incense to it, and he called it Nehushtan, idolatry. Okay? And he trusted the Lord God of Israel, so that after him was none like him among all the kings of Judah, nor any that were before him. He clave to the Lord, and departed not from following him, but he kept his commandments, which the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord was with him, and he prospered whithersoever he went forth. And he rebelled against the king of Assyria, and served him not. He smote the Philistines even unto Gaza, and the borders thereof, and from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And it came to pass in the 4th year of King Hezekiah, which was the 7th year of Hosheas son of Elah, king of Israel, that the Samaria, king of Assyria, came up against Samaria and besieged it. And at the end of 3 years they took it, and even the 6th year of Hezekiah, that is the 9th year of Hosheas, king of Israel, Samaria was taken. And the king of Assyria did carry away Israel unto Assyria, and put them in Halah, and in harbor by the river of Gozan, and in the cities of Medes. Because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord their God, but transgressed his covenant, and all that Moses the servant of the Lord commanded, would not hear them nor do them. Now in the 14th year of King Hezekiah did Sennacherib, king of Assyria, come up against the fenced cities of Judah, and took them. And Hezekiah king of Judah sent to the king of Assyria to Lachish, saying, I have offended, and return from me, which thou puttest on me will I bear. And the king of Assyria appointed unto Hezekiah king of Judah 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. And Hezekiah gave him all the silver that was found in the house of the Lord, and in the treasures of the king's house. And at that time did Hezekiah cut off the gold from the doors of the temple of the Lord, and from the pillars from which Hezekiah king of Judah had overlaid, and gave it to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria sent Tartan and Rabsaris, and the Rabsaris, and the Rabshaketh from Lachish to King Hezekiah with great host against Jerusalem. Now, a Rabsaris is a eunuch, homosexual. Okay? In case you didn't know. With a great host against Jerusalem. And they went up and came to Jerusalem, and they were come up, and they came and stood by the conduit of the upper pool, which is in the highway of the fuller's field. And they had called to the king, and they came out to them Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, which was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and Joha the son of Asaph the recorder. And Rabshaketh said unto them, Speak ye now to Hezekiah, thus saith the great king, the king of Assyria, What confidence is there within that thou trustest? Thou sayest that there are but vain words, and I have counsel and strength for the war. Now, on whom dost thou trust that thou rebellest against me? Okay, I'm going to stop right there, verse 21, because I'm going to run out of time, and I will continue this on the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye.